What the... Listen, here's the thing. In the first 30 seconds on YouTube, you can't cuss.
Yeah.
Or else you get
I
demonetized.
can't.
So I can't say what I really want to say. But I will say, what
What the forking shit?
just happened? Listen. Oh my god. Okay, full spoilers. We're in spoilers ahoy, everybody. All right.
Spoilers ahoy.
Welcome to our live post episode conversation of Loki season 2 episode 4. Remember, if you'd like to support the channel, you can head over to patreon.com/hopefullyawesome like these fine folks did, or you can join us right here on youtube.com/hopefullyawesome, become a channel member just like our very own Jerry Anna did, and get access to some sweet emojis just like she's got in the chat. Maggie, holy crap, there's so much that happened.
Yes. In the last 5 minutes. It was mind-blowing.
I mean, like, the whole episode was good.
It was really good.
But, like, yeah, you're right. Like, the last 5 minutes was just so much that I don't even know.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. I don't even know.
Lucy has joined us.
What's up, Lucy?
Lucy was blown away, too.
Okay, so... Okay. Like, okay.
What are time?
So, okay, first off, is he dead? I mean, he's dead. He died.
Yeah, he died.
Victor Timely's dead.
Freaking ribbons like
Mr. Fantastic.
Mr. Fantastic.
It is interesting that the style of that was very similar.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think they're trying to say anything.
Wanda Maximoff was there. She just made him into spaghetti.
Yeah. Spoilers for...
Yeah.
But I mean, we're talking about Loki, so I mean, obviously spoilers for everything that's been in the MCU up to this point. I don't like... Okay. So... Okay. I don't know which part I'm more thrown by. Like, the loom exploding. Right? Because, I mean, all of time just exploded.
Yeah.
Right? Victor Timely's dead. Probably.
Yeah.
I mean, more than likely, right?
Ravonna
got pruned.
pruned.
Now, remember, pruning, and I had to remind myself of this. That's what I'm saying. Pruning doesn't send you to where the end of time, where what's his name was.
Mm-mm.
He who shall not be named.
No, that's...
I know, that's a joke. It sends you to, like, the void. Is that what it was called? It wasn't called the void. Was it called the void?
It was the end of time.
Well, no, like, but it was like not the end of time where he who remains. Yeah, him, not there, but where all like Gator Loki and Old Man Loki, all of them, like that's where you get pruned to. Like that's where you go when you get pruned.
Remember. Anybody else remember?
Like the Loki copter, or wasn't Loki? It was Thanos copter.
Yeah.
Okay, so she got pruned.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus, how fucking hardcore was that? We're out of 30 seconds, right? Yeah.
Yes.
How hardcore was the death, the prisoners?
Yeah.
Like, holy fuck! Like, like
that was rough.
That was gruesome. But I'll be honest. Like, I was like, Jesus, that got really fucking dark for Marvel. You know, like really, really dark. But then fucking Victor Timely just explodes into spaghetti.
Yeah.
It's like, holy fuck. Like, they're going dark with this, man. Like, I feel like this is the darkest the MCU's been.
Yes.
Like,
I agree.
I mean, I would say Multiverse of Madness kind of got there. But it was almost a little... not cheesy, but
Dead Doctor Strange was wild. So
yeah, and the fucking Cape of Demons. Okay, so maybe let's say it's tied. Let's say they're tied.
Escape, no.
Oh my god, Jesus, just this whole thing. I don't even know. Like, here's the thing: of all the thoughts that I had, you know, when I was like halfway through, I was like, "Oh, we're gonna have to go live and talk about this because there's so much good stuff." All of those could be moot. moot. Because Tom's gone. Right?
Gone.
Like, that's what happens if the loom is gone, right?
What are Tom?
Right? What happens when the loom goes away?
Anytime OB said it would explode,
It's the end of all time,
it's
right?
just the end.
Like, and that's why they were like working on that to make sure like all of time survived.
Yeah.
Here, I'm gonna look it up. Maggie, what's up? What's up?
What's up? I mean, Con Candy, that's what's up.
I'm talking about Loki while I'm looking this up.
The fact that B-15 was trying to get Tom be dead, Jerry says. B-15 was trying so hard to convince that general to be on their side to help, and the general did believe her in the end before they all got death by the box.
Wait.
Matt's brain's going into overdrive. Yeah, Maggie equals Cotton Kitty. That's right. Forever.
Is the loom? Is this real? Like, I mean, okay. Like, I know there's not. Okay.
Oh boy, I'm scared.
On October 19th, 2011, a post was posted to Reddit and said, "What would happen if the Loom of Fate were destroyed? Destroying the Loom of Fate will stop everything. All of creation will end, and with that, everything will fall into the wild." So, is it real?
I think the Loom of Fate's like from Greek or Roman mythology.
I mean, that's what I mean. Like, are they just still
Just
in...
the fates, they cut the strings.
If he who remains does not fulfill his plan, then the TVA will never exist. So the damage the temporal loom is having as a result of this paradox, similar, like, I have no idea. Something
Stay
else.
off of Reddit.
So yeah. What is it? Temporal. I mean, I'm pretty sure it was like, you know, everything dies.
Yeah.
What is the TVA machine that created the MCU sacred timeline? So,
if you're in chat and you have any idea what our time is,
what is the temporal loom? As OB to his friends and colleagues explains, the temporal loom is the heart of the TVA. It's a humongous device that converts raw time from the time stream into physical realities. Essentially, it takes raw energy from the cosmos and refines it into various dimensions we've previously seen and those we're yet to see in the Marvel Cinematic Multiverse. The temporal loom's other big role is weaving those various universes together to form the so-called sacred timeline. Remember, in the Loki Season 1 finale, He Who Remains, a variant of King the Conqueror, blah, 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 revealed that the sacred timeline is the term given to the collection of realities that he isolated. These realms were gathered together because despite their individual look and feel, they share the same baseline, that being realities that only lead to the birth of He Who Remains, not his evil multiversal variants, blah, 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 blah. Once those universes were separated from their brethren, the temporal loom knotted them together to form the sacred timeline. The TVA's employees, who were all variants removed from their timeline and brainwashed into thinking they were always worked with the multiversal organization, were then tasked with maintaining the sacred timeline's integrity. Okay. So the main problem is that nobody living on the sacred timeline has free will. If their choices, blah, 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 cause thing. Anyway, in Loki Season 6, when the trickster god Sylvie killed him, temporal loom doesn't have the capacity to weave all of these new timelines together. As such, a bottleneck forms at the temporal loom's entrance as a seemingly infinite number of realities try to squeeze their way onto the sacred timeline. Eventually, that will cause the temporal loom's reactor to overheat, resulting in a meltdown and causing the multiverse's destruction, the end of all time. Okay, so now we know what we're dealing with. So all time is gone, apparently, is where we've ended things. Now, I mean, this does
unless
kinda,
they come back next week, go psych.
Like, what was the one? I feel like last season there was one that ended similar, where it was like, I feel like they did the thing, and like it just goes to white, and then like it just cuts off. I can't remember which one it was. I don't think it was when Loki got pruned. I don't know. I honestly don't remember.
I feel like it was when Tom said bye. um, I think it was when they were on that planet and it was about to blow up.
I guess. Maybe that's it.
That's the only thing that comes to my mind.
Maybe I'm thinking of Lost. The season 5 finale of Lost. Don't get me started.
Oh, that is time by.
I literally had to pause the show while we was watching it. And, like, okay, here's what we're going to do, everybody. Now that we've kind of all just kind of breathed some, like, what the fuck is going on, right? Let's take it back, okay? And let's kind of work through this in chronology, all right?
We're going through therapy.
Yes. So we're gonna start at the beginning of the episode and kind of work our way through in as much as we can remember, like the order. Obviously, we just watched it. So the first thing that popped up that I was like, what the fuck? The Victor Tomley meets OB.
Mm-hmm.
OB says that he learned all of his stuff from Victor Tomley. And Victor Tomley learned all his stuff from OB. And they said it's like a snake eating its tail. I literally had to pause the episode.
Mm-hmm. He had to.
Because I was like, now wait, that's not right though. And this is what we were talking about last week. This is where my brain kind of like got deep fried a little bit. Because it's a different timeline. So even if Victor Tomley is similar to Victor Tomley, to Victor Tomley 1, Victor Tomley A, all right, Victor A Tomley, all right, that we'll say Victor A Tomley. I'm getting it out.
All right. Mythical Nick says Victor Spaghetti with a yummy smiley face. Yeah, you're right, it's pals, but it's not tea. It's peachy mellow yellow.
Okay. So.
Also, they made Miss Minutes look absolutely.
Dude, when she died, that
divinely
was fucking and when she was
evil.
like watching those people get smushed to death, like
her eyes.
Fuck. But we'll get there.
So
we'll get there.
huge.
Let's
Yeah.
stay on track. Okay. So there's Victor A Tomley. Okay. So this is Victor A Tomley. All right, there. He kind of got it. And so Victor A Tomley creates the TVA. Okay. And then becomes he who remains at the end of time. Okay.
Okay.
And then he dies. Okay. So just so we all know. So Victor A Tomley creates the TVA, becomes he who remains, and then dies because of Sylvie. Okay. Then
Mythical Nick says, yeah, because Spaghetti Tomley ain't the TV Tomley.
Thank you. Yes. Sorry, I was still. Let me know if I keep it on just me after when I go.
I'll try because I'm not really too worried about.
So then,
Sorry.
After that, Loki and them continue after this, and they go back in time, but they're on timeline B. And meet Victor B. Tomley. Okay? Victor B. Tomley.
Spaghetti Tomley.
So, Victor B. Tomley meets OB, who met Victor A. Tomley. Or who learned everything from Victor A. Tomley. So, Victor A. Tomley becomes he who remains. Victor B. Tomley, very similar, almost identical, one could say. I mean, he even had the same aura. But he is not Victor A. Tomley. He's just Victor. He's Victor Tomley from Dimension B. So he's Victor B. Tomley.
Spaghetti.
All right, and then he dies.
Yeah, Spaghetti.
So I mean,
Tomley.
you know,
I'm running with your nickname, Victor or Nick. Sorry, Victor. JER. After this season, it will stabilize and they will face another problem. Deadpool. Killing Fox Universe. It's like Back to the Future 1985 B timeline.
Yes, except here's the thing. It's not though. I mean it's similar. It's similar, but Doc and Marty were Doc and Marty in the in their universe. Like the entire Yeah, the entire reality shifted around them. So even though Doc says they created an alternate timeline, they were still the same people on that. Like you couldn't jump from timeline A to timeline B.
Yeah.
And like when they fixed the issue, timeline B was erased. So it's more like Deadpool, or not Deadpool, Dragon Ball Z with Trunks. It's kind of more like that. Let's see here. Strange Marvel Theories.
Thank you so much.
With a $20 super chat. Hey, thank you so much. That's
Thanks.
awesome. I don't have a thing that pops up, unfortunately.
Yeah, well, that's why I was like,
I know. Is there a way that I can do it?
I don't know. But you're the first one to ever do this, so thank you.
Should I put them in timeout?
No, don't put.
I'm joking.
Oh my
I'm joking.
God.
I'm joking.
I'll read what they
Yes.
put down. They say the pie that they have been eating equals the equation pi. The time loom is created from
concentric circles.
Someone left the green pie as a hint for Victor and Obi to use the pi equation to solve the problem with the time loom.
Strange Marvel Theories? More like awesome Marvel Theories.
Heck yeah. That's awesome.
No, okay, wait. The pi they have been eating equals the equation pi. Okay, so 3.14. That whole thing.
Yeah.
The time loom is created from circles. Someone left the green pie as a hint for Victor and Obi to use the pi equation to solve the problem. Hey, I like it.
I like it too.
I like it. That
like
makes
that.
sense. Can we hear the song Pie by Hard and Firm? Even though Chris Hardwick's,
Yes. Yes.
But I mean, that song.
No, that song
Still
helps you
great.
remember pie.
There you go. I do like that, actually. That would be
Love
fantastic.
it. Strange Marvel. I can't talk. Strange Marvel Theories. Thank you.
Oh, I thought you
Sorry.
you were doing something else.
JER says the spaghetti looked like the Reed Richards and Ant-Man death.
Yes. Maggie was saying that earlier. Like,
Yeah.
it does. It definitely, like, the way he just fucking, Although I will say, I felt like this one was more hardcore. I feel like the one in the Ant-Man was a bit more almost not funny,
No.
but almost like when Thanos turned the what's her name Mantis into the Jack in the Box.
Yeah.
Like it was almost on like that level, whereas this is like, no, this dude just imploded from the inside, and his fucking guts are spaghetti strings now.
Mythical Nick says, why not leave a note saying you need to use pie to solve it?
Because you can't listen. Somebody's obviously not watched The Flash. Okay, I'm joking. We're not getting into The Flash. It's just a joke.
How about the show itself?
You can't have too much of a mess with reality.
Yeah.
Right, because then it fucks things up. So you gotta just slightly alter the reality. Well, like a note is 2 on the nose,
Yeah.
You gotta leave a slice of pie and be like, now we're thinking pie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I get it. I like it. So,
Diameter.
okay.
Is it diameter?
What do you?
Circumference. There we go.
Circumference.
Yeah. I was trying to think of the math words.
So, Victor A. Tomley grows up, starts the TVA, becomes He Who Remains, dies at the hand of Sylvie.
Yeah.
Victor B. Tomley is who we've been watching that went to the TVA to try and fix the loom and is now spaghetti. So when
Spaghetti.
palms are sweaty. So when OB meets Victor Tomley and they're like, "Oh, I learned from yours and I learned from yours." It's not really. That's not the snake eating its tail. It's a snake eating another snake.
Yeah.
Tail. It's like, it's okay. Here it is. It's not here it is. All right, everybody. It's not the snake eating its tail. It's the human centipede. All right. That's what it is. Okay. That's the timeline that we're in right now. It's the human centipede timeline. There it is.
Okay.
What we got?
JER in chat says, rest in peace To all those Tony Starks and Peter Parkers that died from the branch timeline prunings.
Is that what happened to Andrew Garfield?
Mythical Nick says, can you analyze this season's credit scene? I guess post credits. Or wait, after the show. Lord.
Oh, yeah.
There's so many hints in there, but I can't figure out any of them. Well, I noticed this one in this episode showed, which I could have shown pictures from this whole entire time. I haven't really paid attention until tonight. Whoopsie. Because I'm pregnant and half asleep. So anyways, I noticed that there were pictures and frames, but it was scenes from this episode.
Okay. I didn't notice that.
And
I was trying to make our thumbnail, so I wasn't paying attention.
He's like, wait a second, I gotta rewind this real quick.
I need to get Loki's face.
Oh, what was the other thing? I know it showed the coffee machine, the chocolate soup.
Okay, can we... So I don't know anything about the credits, I'll be honest. I think Eric Voss has broken a lot of that down. Highly recommend New Rockstars. I don't know if he did it in the first episode, but he's definitely breaking them down with the Easter egg. Sorry, I keep snapping this. I need something else.
You need a fidget.
But New Rockstars breaks down stuff like that, and they're really, really good at it. Highly recommend checking them out for sure. But as far as can we just take a second and discuss this hot chocolate machine?
Oh, okay.
What the fuck was that? Like, was it anything? Was it nothing?
I don't know.
And
it seemed like it made him happy. I don't know.
I mean, and like I guess it ended up with B15. No, X5. It ended with him pruning the guy. So like ultimately nothing happened out of it. But it just seemed like they were kind of like, why is he so obsessed with this hot chocolate machine? You know?
I don't know. Like from my, I'm so sorry. Your perspective, like. Maybe, maybe he just where he comes from that timeline.
Yeah.
Maybe to him just seeing these things that are working.
Okay.
That probably back where he lives. Oh, you have to wait on this,
Yeah.
But to stand there and watch it pour into a cup itself, maybe it's just mind blowing to him.
I mean, he's working on temporal loom,
and he's more.
I mean, maybe
he's trying to find inspiration. We got Mythical Nick. There's one part of the credit scene with the spiral staircase. They show it for long enough that I feel like it's important. I agree with you. I have noticed that too. And then we have Strange Marvel Theories in chat. Thank you again.
Hey, with another $20 super chat. Thank you so much, Strange Marvel Theories. Shout out to Strange Marvel Theories. That's fantastic. We really appreciate you.
I have a theory that the Miss Minutes clock is a construct of Ravonna Renslayer's mind, and Ravonna was something of a court clerk to Victor Tomley and recorded the minutes of time back all the way to when Kang became Kang.
Ah, that'd be interesting.
Yes,
so it's almost like the minutes is almost double, not a double entendre.
No.
But like double meaning. You know what I'm talking about? Because like it's minutes.
Yeah.
But like it's also minutes. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
I don't know words.
Nope.
Probably in the wrong business. If I don't know words.
And JER says, take the stairs reference to Hulk.
Oh, you think...
oh, yeah.
You think
I hate stairs.
Hulk hates
stairs.
So wait, is he saying that the scene of the spiral staircase is a reference to the Hulk saying, like, Hulk hates stairs?
Or, I mean, that's...
Or no, take the stairs.
Take the stairs.
Take the stairs. Sylvie, because Sylvie says that, to Loki because the elevator stops working. Yes. How cool was that?
Yeah.
Like, I know we all knew it was coming, right? Yeah. We all knew eventually it would happen. But, like, that was really rad when we finally saw, like, the flip side of that scene, you know? And, like, I was sitting there, I was like, oh, who the fuck's going to be on the phone? And it was just Obi. He's like, what took you so long? And it's like, wow. I mean, I guess. Yeah. I was kind of waiting for something else to happen. Like, for him to not be able to
Thor.
do that circle,
Yeah.
Well, like for him to try and prune him, but then something changed, right? But then of course
Then
none of this matters because all of time imploded. So like that was the big to do,
And JR says, all I'm saying is we will see a Mobius variant in episode 5 or 6. I agree. They're building up to it.
Do you think?
I really hope he's a Sea-Doo salesman.
Maggie, it's funny you should mention that. Because in the trailers, there was a scene where Loki is standing outside of a Sea-Doo dealership.
Yeah.
You remember this?
Yes.
This hasn't happened yet. And he was like unstuck from time, right? So what if when time exploded or whatever, that's somehow we end up there?
They throw him there.
Yeah.
I hope it's the 90s. I want to be a 90s Ski-Doo salesman.
I mean, I guess.
I want it to happen so bad.
I think it'll just be great. Well, actually, I don't know when it would be. I'll be honest. I was going to say, I think it'll just be now, but I have no idea because the TVA is just whenever, and we've already been in the 1800s, been in the 60s. It could be.
Mythical Nick
anywhere.
says, I was so confident that it would be Renslayer Miss Minutes on the phone.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was going to be, Maggie, you threw out that it would be He Who Remains.
Yeah, I was like, Kang. It's Kang.
I was thinking it would be like Thor or something, not Thor.
Oh no,
not Thor. But...
Your joke was, Loki's gonna prune the phone.
Oh yeah, that's what it was. That's what I was thinking. He just pruned the phone.
Yeah.
Did anybody else did anybody else freak out as much as I did at the Back to the Future reference in this? Like when Obi brings out that miniature set. And he's like, sorry for the crude.
And Owen Wilson Mobius says, it's okay. It's okay.
He's like, I only put on one thing of paint. And he's like, it looks great, Obi. Like, that just put the stupidest smile on my face. I loved that so much.
And
that
also,
Obi is just Doc Brown.
Miss Minutes gone,
Yeah, Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I love it. That's the main reason why I chose this shirt to wear was because she did that. Dude, Miss Minutes is fucking a psycho.
Crazy.
Right? She's a psychopath.
I just liked her last words to him was, you will never be him.
Dude, when they're dying in that small cube,
yes.
And like on her face, she's like smiling about it,
Her eyes were mostly white.
Dude, it was
like her pupils had gotten so small.
Man, it was messed up. It was messed up. Oh my god.
Mythical Nick's got a question for us. What do you think Loki's end result's going to be? CEO of TVA? I don't know, man. I mean, I could see him still working for TVA, but I don't know. He likes mischief too.
I mean, I feel like we've definitely seen. I mean, you even brought it up. We've seen this Loki mature.
Yeah, I said, Loki's maturing.
Yeah, and like him saying that you have to have hope, and somebody has to take care of it, and all this stuff. Like you can't just release all this into the wild and not not pay attention to it or whatever.
Yeah.
So I could see him being like the head of the TVA. But here's the thing, right? It's not just that we're thinking about what, sorry, I've got like 5 different thoughts trying to come out at the same time. It's not like we're just thinking about like as a character, where the character would go, where does his story end, all of these things, right? Because this is a continuing universe. And so Loki is still going to be around, even if for some reason they decide to not do another season, which they will. They're already focusing on building out more seasons of stuff. And this is by far the best show that they've made. So they're not just going to kill it off, right? But even if Tom Hiddleston didn't want to come back, didn't want to do anything else, like I still don't think they would just straight up kill off the Loki character. To where it would be impossible to use ever again. Yeah. So we have to think not only where does the character go, but what would be an exciting enough thing to watch. Yeah. And like if Loki...
Hillman Sylvie run a McDonald's.
Well, there you go. I mean, if Loki like became the head of the TVA and it was just like Freak of the Week stuff where like each episode there's a different like time mission they got to do. Yeah. I feel like that starts to get boring compared to what we've had.
Yeah.
So I definitely think he's with the TVA, and if the TVA does somehow get corrupted into like a unusable force for whatever reason, obviously Renslayer's been pruned, but say it's just too tied up or whatever, I could see Loki starting his own TVA, and like it's him and Mobius and like maybe a group of 5 or 6 of them, almost like the Scooby Gang on Buffy, or or Angel Investigations, right?
Yeah.
And like they're just kind of rogue time cops,
Yeah.
right? And like I could see that.
Yeah.
I think Loki has to be in the mix. I think if you put Loki just making decisions for like the group as a whole, I think he'd get bored.
Yeah.
And so you kind of have to do that, keep him in play. That's my thought.
Mythical Nick says Miss Minutes is so terrifying because she's built into the structure of the TVA itself.
It's true.
JER says someone in another stream said they will, and Victor Timely B. They had Victor Timely A, and I said it's like Marty and Doc gone to alternate 1985 B.
There it is. Boom. Timelines, man.
And Strange Marvel Theories, $10. Thank you.
Hey. Oh, her Google.
I'll go take care of it. I'll be right back.
It's okay. Our Google Home just started saying something for some reason. Strange Marvel Theories dropping a $10 super chat. Thank you, Strange Marvel Theories, again. We really, really appreciate you. This is awesome. Loki will go back in time to when during the end game, the Ancient One separated Bruce from Hulk, and Loki will possess Hulk's body to fix the time loom and maybe fight Kang and the TVA. Strange Marvel Theories.
Damn.
I love where your head's at. I don't know.
Oh.
Like, not that I dislike it. I think that's great.
Yeah.
I don't know if like when it comes to the shows, Marvel has tended to be more conservative with like their big crossover things, like characters showing up and stuff. Like Doctor Strange didn't show up in WandaVision. Trying to think of other stuff. Carol Danvers wasn't in Secret Invasion.
Yeah.
She did kind of show up in Miss Marvel. But
Yeah, well, I was
yeah. So I like what you're thinking about Loki possessing the Hulk's body and like using that to fix the time loom. I think that's really cool. In fighting Kang, I do feel like that is such a big thing that if they did that, I almost wonder what would happen in the Kang Dynasty movie. Like if we've already had like a big fight like that. But I don't know. Hey, I could be totally wrong. I didn't think He Who Remains was going to show up in the season 1 of Loki. Like I wanted it to be Jonathan Majors. Like I wanted it to be Kang, but I just assumed it was going to be another Loki variant. I think was my theory at the time.
Yes.
That it would just be another like a super Loki.
Yes.
Not like
Loki.
beefy, but just like a more pure evil Loki. So I mean, I could be totally wrong, and I mean, I would watch the shit out of that. That sounds fucking rad as hell to have the Hulk, like Loki Hulk, fighting Kang. Like, yeah, fuck yeah, I'd watch that. Come on, it sounds great.
Let's do it. JR says it auto corrected. He said I said they will get Victor Timely B. So
gotcha,
man.
So let's see. We talked about the snake eating its tail, which is actually the human centipede. Talked about hot chocolate. We've kind of touched on the gel
hot chocolate
scene.
Now
I do want some hot chocolate. We kind of touched on the prisoners. Let's touch on the prisoners a little bit more because I feel like we've tiptoed around it a little bit. What do we think they should do with all the prisoners? Like, I mean, now that they're dead, obviously, but like before they were dead, like. B-15 and that other lady.
General.
Yeah,
Docs.
they were Docs. Yeah, so like they were having the conversation of like, what do we do with them?
Yeah,
and so she's like, talk to them to see if you can get them to be on our side.
Yeah,
I don't think that was a good choice. Like, I don't know.
Yeah,
I mean, okay. I was gonna use a certain, I'm not even gonna say it. I was gonna make a reference to something that's terrible, and so I'm not gonna use that reference. I'm gonna use something else. But like,
okay,
yeah, it was a real world World War II. I'm just gonna leave it at that. You can kind of put together like a terrible group around that time.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I
just lost my sock.
So like, I just don't know if that's the right. Hello. I don't know if that's the right move. To just try and convince them to protect the new TVA because they liked the old TVA, but just because they like the old TVA doesn't mean that they're gonna support the new TVA. You know? Delusion. I lost myself a little bit in that. I just don't think that's the right call. And I mean, ultimately, it doesn't matter. It ultimately doesn't matter because, you know, they
died.
You know, they got smushed.
Flattened.
Yeah. Jesus. just awful. Just awful.
Strange Marvel Theories says the timeline is wonky. The future events happening within the TVA is affecting past events within the TVA.
Oh wow! Full screen on myself. I moved my pedal here. Wrong way. Yeah, I think so. Kind of. I think the loom is having an effect across time, irregardless of. Oh, it's hurting my brain. Like, I can't even say it because it's like trying to get it out. It's like hurting my brain. So like the time loom exists outside of time. Okay. Mm-hmm. So like whatever, like you look outside of the time loom, that is what it looks like. Whether it's the year 15, the year 2015, the year 48,515. Okay. Cause it exists outside of time. It is always whatever it is at any given time. Okay? That's the way I perceive it. I could be wrong. That's the way I perceive it. So if it starts short-circuiting, it's short-circuiting throughout all of time and space and wibbly-wobbly, timey-wimey stuff.
Alonzi.
Yahtzee.
Alonzi.
So that's my head. That's where I'm at. So I think yes, it is affecting the future and the past and the present, but because it exists outside of time more than the events of the past affecting the future, the events of the future affecting the past, if that makes sense. Maggie.
Let's see. JR has imagining another situation.
Okay.
Imagine on another timeline, Tony Stark survives Endgame. It could be a threat because I think he'll keep researching his time travel model after the time pass.
That'd be interesting.
Yeah, that would have been interesting.
I mean, I could see them doing that. Here's what's gonna suck, everybody. I would love to see a lot of these takes, but not in the What If series, because What If series. Let me know in chat if you like What If. I like What If as a thought, like as the concept of What If, but I hate the animation. Like it's hard. It's a hard watch for me. I just don't like the way it looks. It looks like a motion comic. You remember those from like the early 2010s when like Watchmen got a motion comic and it was just terrible? Like that's what it reminds me of. So I would love to see like, you know, a what if Tony Stark survived and he was able to like keep looking at time travel and stuff, but like paying Robert Downey Jr. to do that, if they even could get him, you know. And it's like, how do you tell that story without it being not good enough? You know, like even if you did like a one-off, like a werewolf by night type thing where it's like a 45-minute thing, but like, you know, I don't know. I would love to explore that, but again, you know, it's there's just too much red tape around all that stuff now on the outside of the universe, you know. Anyway, Maggie, back to you. No, you're good. I like it. I love this, by the way.
Marvel Theory says you don't even want to know my theory about Tony having been part of the super soldier program in his infancy. Tony's dad when Tony met him was carrying sauerkraut and came home with him. Wow. And JR says the time loom is a cosmic sausage grinder. Totally get that, man.
It is. It is.
Howard Stark had servants. Why is Howard bringing home food? Howard smuggling super serum tests on him. Dang, man, that was deep.
That's, you just melted my brain a little bit. I mean, I personally took it like almost like a reference to when Tony had the strawberries for Pepper.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like he would always just have random food things, like cheap food things. Yeah, like Burger King. You know, so like that's where my head went. But I mean, you know, although if Tony had survived. So wait, are you saying that the reason he was able to survive, like with the fucking giant battery in his fucking chest, was because he was actually a super soldier? Like he had that like experimental stuff in him, and it didn't make him so strong, but it made him strong enough to survive, or maybe his intelligence.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Huh.
His intelligence.
Very interesting.
Whoa.
What fell off? Has your microphone been working the whole time?
Somebody would have said something. I feel like Jeriana would have said something.
We'll see.
We'll see.
All right. What else we got, Maggie?
That's it in the chat for now. Well, wait.
What?
Tony was a student at MIT in preteen years.
Amen.
He
Some
was
people are
pretty
smart.
Yeah.
I don't know.
People skip grades.
Dude was able to create time travel. I don't know, you know, because he saw a fucking picture of Pete and Chungus hanging upside down.
What? I feel like I'm catching half of what you're saying.
The inverting the Rosenstein Bridge or whatever the fuck. Listen, the thing that makes time travel possible, okay? The flux capacitor, but in Endgame, all right? Like, he got the idea of that because the picture of him and Pete holding up the certificate or the degree or whatever, Peter Parker's degree, right? Whatever it was, diploma. I don't know what he's holding. But it's something, and it was upside down. And that's where I got the idea.
Yeah.
And in that funny trailer version of it that we saw, Chungus was in it. That's there.
Matt's all-time favorite.
I love it. It kills me every time.
JR says Peter Parker was a temporary multiversal threat.
That is true.
That is true.
I've really been wanting to rewatch No Way Home. Really been wanting to rewatch it. I don't know. Somebody posted just the scene on TikTok. Like, it was nothing to it. Literally just the scene. And it was of when Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire are talking, and like he's like, so you got web blood or something, and like he pops his back, and they're like, does it come out of anywhere else? He's like, no, just the wrist. And I was like, God damn it, that movie's fantastic. God, I love that movie.
Can we be in a band? We should be in a band.
Peter 3. All right.
I love you guys. I just got to. I love you guys.
No, you're amazing.
Yeah, you're amazing.
Nah, I mean,
yeah.
You need to hear it. You need. I don't like. Wait, can we go back to the "you're lame" thing? I don't think you're lame. I think you're amazing. So good. Oh my god! I wonder if in Beyond the Spider-Verse
can the TVA be in it?
I mean, it's Sony.
God,
like they
bless
can't.
America.
Okay.
Sony screwed up everything.
Here's the thing: can they be in it? Will they be in it? Will Marvel want them to be in it? These are the three things you got to think about. No, beyond the no.
Will Sony allow it?
No. It wouldn't be on Sony to decide. I mean, yeah. I mean, okay. Like, here's the level.
Yeah.
Okay?
No more drawing.
This is the level of importance of who gets to decide what. Okay, so like, first you have the writer, right?
Yeah.
And then you get like the executive producer and director, right? We'll put them on the same. Then you have to get it approved through Marvel
HR
in general, not the MCU, just Marvel. Okay. Then has to go through Sony approval. then it would have to go through MCU/Disney approval. So, like, yes, Sony would have to sign off on it, but that would be much further than the MCU signing off on it.
Okay.
Like, if they wanted the TVA to be in there, then MCU would be the final, like Kevin Feige, Disney, they would be the final say of like if they can or can't.
Yeah.
Right. Now, Sony would have a say of whether or not they would want that to be in there before they would go to Marvel.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
Because like Sony can, if Sony doesn't want it, there's no reason to go to Marvel. You know?
Crazy haired lady. I mean.
So I mean, I would like it, and in a perfect world, in a perfect world, Disney would just own Spider-Man. You know, and I know they do, but they don't have the rights to like the movies and the animation. Like they do in some ways, but Sony has the character. I mean, you all know the whole legalese behind all that shit. So in a perfect world, yeah. And like we would see the TVA popping up. And like I think we could even see if Sony, you know, if Spider-Man was in the main MCU owned by Disney MCU and all that, then yeah, I think we could even see like Miles Morales showing up in Loki.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that's not the case. So
JER says if they were in it, Miles could have been arrested by them for changing events. And also, thank you, Strange Marvel Theories. They have become a member, I believe. I believe that's what it means.
Yeah, welcome to Hopefully Producer. Hey,
bro.
Yeah.
Thanks.
So not only do you get access to these sweet emojis in the chat, you can see on there. Here, I'll throw some in there for you. But I believe at that level, and I'll have to double check. So if I'm wrong, I'll correct it. But I believe at the Hopefully Producer level, that means you not only get access to that, you get the exclusive content that we offer, which is a monthly movie commentary and a monthly Q&A that we do, which is Matt plus Maggie. And I believe at the Hopefully Producer level, that's also the shout out level. So in every live stream that we do, you get a verbal shout out as our hopefully awesome producer of the month.
Yeah.
So thank you so much.
We got 2 people now that
That's awesome. Look at these. Look at these cool people in here. Strange Marvel Theories.
Strange Marvel Theories. The rabbit has a very long story behind it.
Yeah, if you're curious what Hopefully Nibbles is, I'll tell you that there's a short. There's a short that kind of explains everything.
It's probably one of my favorite things of all time.
Here, Maggie, you talk for a second. I'm going to find the short and link it in the chat.
I'm sorry. I'm like fighting off like 5 different sneezes that's trying to happen.
Oh, geez.
Yeah. But the black poodle, that is our dog, Lucy. Thor 5, Thor versus Hercules from JER. I kind of look
Fuck it! I needed to throw that in there. That was a terrible Roy Kent impression.
To seeing Hercules. Yeah.
That was a very terrible Roy Kent impression. I'm very sorry for doing that.
I kind of look forward to it. I mean, if that's what they go with, I hope they don't say Thor 5.
Well, the rumor is that Taika Waititi not returning for Thor 5.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, I get it. I've heard like, you know, they're kind of wanting to go a different route with it. But you know, I've almost got this short here. There we go.
For being on the East Coast and I'm half asleep. But also you will see me do the face palm thing a lot because
I wonder why.
Matt's crazy half the time. But yeah, Mr. Hopefully Nibbles came through our Super 90s playback, which we have every Wednesday. But we're going to switch it to Tuesday because Halloween is next week. But we watch old VHS tapes, mostly ones that Matt made as a kid.
Is Nibbles spelled with a K? So it's Kin.
BBLES.
LES. There it is. All right. Here you go, everybody. Just dropped it in the chat.
Oh,
feel free to check that out. Yeah, no, we'll be doing Super Nice playback on Tuesday for Halloween edition.
But
we're gonna get a Ouija board.
Yeah,
I'm joking.
How Mr. Nibbles came to be is that it was my first note. I was like, "Hey, we'll watch one of mine that my aunt recorded from like 80s Disney Channel." And I had completely blacked it out of my head as a kid. And then it showed the rabbit. And I went, oh, God, no, it's the rabbit. It's like, what is this?
It was absolutely the most terrifying thing I've ever seen in my life. I'm not going to lie.
It was the funniest thing that everybody in chat just kind of...
We were all terrified.
So
we didn't know what demonic spirits you were releasing into us at the time.
I had forgotten all about. I never knew the name of that movie.
Horrifying, absolutely horrifying.
Yes.
So let's see.
Horatio Nibbles.
Was there? I'm trying to think if there was anything else we haven't talked about. We talked about them getting splatted. Talked about this. We talked about her being a psychopath. Talked about the end of time.
How about Renslayer getting pruned?
We mentioned it. Is there more
I don't
to
know.
say about that? Will she be back? What do you think, everybody? Will Renslayer return? Or do you think this is the last we've seen of Renslayer?
I don't think it's the last we've seen ever.
I could almost see Renslayer. Okay, this is gonna be a deep cut. Kind of deep cut. If you're a comic book fan, then you'll know it. If you're not a comic book fan, then it's a deep cut. I think I could see her pulling a Superboy Prime and like being gone, but then in the next one she comes back and she's like super fucking powerful.
Yeah.
And like it's been 1,000 years or some shit for her, but it's been like 25 seconds for us, you know. And now she just builds the fucking timelines with her bare fucking hands, you know. God. She's like, what? I'm Ravonna.
Is she
God?
No. What are those things called from the Eternals? The big guys.
Oh, a celestial?
Did she become a celestial?
Where the fuck are these guys at? You know what I mean? Where are the celestials at in all this?
They could they could weave some crap with the loom.
Anyway, what else we got?
JR says the next MCU Spider-Man movie could be street level like Tombstone Fisk or maybe Chameleon, and he could make new friends like Black Cat, MCU Miles, Harry Osborn, and Gwen.
So, yes. I would love that. Honestly.
I would enjoy that.
Yeah. I mean, Maggie's a huge...
I love Black Cat.
Yeah. Huge Black Cat fan, huge Spider-Man fan in general. I think the only problem... Here's the problem, and this is also what we're dealing with the MCU, just in general, is that once you reach a certain level, to try and go back to standard, normal things, it's very hard to put that genie back in the bottle. And I think with like, you know, in a post-Endgame world, right? I think that's what's been so hard about dealing with all these, you know, phase 4 and phase 5 so far, is that you're going up against Endgame level of insaneness, right? And the only way they got close to that was with Spider-Man by bringing in 2 old franchises, you know, to bring that back, which was great. Don't get me wrong. So to go from that to a low-level Spider-Man, like street-level Spider-Man story, though I think it would be great, Sony's wanting another billion-dollar movie. And I don't know if Spider-Man and Tombstone is enough to do that. It'd be great if it was, and it could do it. But I don't know. Sony, here's the thing. When it comes to Sony, they're stupid. They don't, I mean, like, I'm not trying to be too mean, but they don't know what the fuck they're doing there. The only reason Spider-Man MCU has been doing good is because Kevin Feige was like, fuck you, no. Like, yeah, Venom's going to be in this in fucking 30 seconds after the credits have started, you fucking cowards. But, like, so I don't know. I think, I do think it would be great to see Black Cat. I think Black Cat would be the perfect character to introduce in this new one because, you know, Peter's coming out of this really dark space, you know? Yeah. And like Black Cat could be like a funness that he kind of needs to feel again, you know? Yeah. I also think that what's his name? His best friend.
Oh, Ned. Ned.
Yeah, I think Ned.
I about said the one from the video game.
Yeah. I think Ned will remember everything. I don't know exactly how they're going to do it. Yeah. But I think it's literally just going to be like, oh, hey, no. I remember now. Yeah. Like, and it, just because they need somebody for Peter to talk to. Because you can't, there's no way to progress a story if the character doesn't have someone to talk about things with, you know? I mean, yeah, that's why
JER
Venom has
says
its
this
own
symbiote could make its way to Peter.
part. I mean, that's what they're building to, right? Like, I mean, that's their goal for sure, is to get that.
I could do a better Venom. Eddie.
Wow, that was scary. That's pretty good, man. Jesus.
I'm sorry.
I do want to say that I think here's the thing. All right, here's the final thing I'll say on this. I mean, probably not.
No.
I think that Secret Wars obviously is going to be a reboot point. We already know Tom Holland doesn't really want to do many more things as far as Spider-Man goes. I think he's had his fill, and we know he's had his, his taste of the bullshit that happens, and like not even just with Hollywood in general, but I mean Spider-Man with all the shit that went down.
I know, and I know, like before, oh gosh, I can't think. Before everything went all crazy for him, like, I think he really wanted to stick with it.
Yeah.
But I think after
Sour
so long,
taste.
Yeah.
So I could see him ditching out, and if they do that and they reboot the MCU at the same time, which they're going to do, I think we could see a low-level version of Spider-Man. That's almost like the Batman with Robert Pattinson. You know, something not gritty. I don't think they'll go that with it, but just something a little more low level. He's not really necessarily got the technology of Tony Stark at his fingertips, you know.
That's true.
Like, I think I could see that, right? Maybe he like hooks up with the X-Men and some stuff, you know. Like, I could see something like that. And like they get somebody that they can sign into doing like a 10-picture deal. Like, you know, just, I mean, you know, and they just start with another person. Yeah. Which sucks. I know we all hate that, but it's gonna happen, you know? It sucks. Anyway.
Marvel Theories says Ned will become the Hobgoblin for a time, combining tech and magic.
Ned is magic.
He is magic.
Apparently, he was able to fucking open portals and shit. What the? I love how they just like, Ned's magic. Ned's magic now. It's like, why? Like, there are other ways to do this, you know? Does Ned have to be magic? And that's why he remembers. That's why he remembers.
I was going to say that earlier, but I was like, Matt's on a rant.
God damn it, Maggie. God. You gotta hit me with the best shot.
When you're jotting down this, I'm scared.
It would be really cool to get Hobgoblin instead of Green Goblin.
Yeah, it would be.
Like, nice. I'd really like that, honestly. All right, so we talked about Renslayer. I'm trying to think, was there anything else that we've missed in this episode that we haven't discussed? I mean, he became Spaghetti Man.
I want a temp pad.
A temp pad?
Mm-hmm.
I think, all right, here, let's close it out with this because we got to get in bed. I think we are looking at almost a It's a Wonderful Life scenario in the next episode, where it's like, you know, what if everybody's life was happy if the TVA had never happened, right? And then like there's a reference I could make, but it's to Angel and I can't make it, so because I don't want to ruin it for Maggie. She's not watched it and we're almost there. But I think like I could see like, you know, it's Flash a lot. Basically what I'm saying is let's talk about what we think the next episode will be. So it cuts to Wyatt, right? We come back from that and we just wake up on Loki, you know, almost like Captain America at the end of the first Captain America movie where he like opens up and he's like in New York, like, you know, but it's not really New York. It's you know, all that. So I see us doing something in that vein. And then Loki like remembers everything and he's got to get the band back together, right? And he sees, you know, Mobius is selling stuff, and
Sylvie,
maybe even like person fulfilling like the angel role. Clarence, is that his name? Clarence? How Clarence Angel gets its wings. It's a Wonderful Life.
I think so.
Look,
Daddy.
Zuzu's petals. I could see that being like Miss Minutes. You know, and she's like, now, Loki, I know we didn't see eye to eye, but we know we got to get the band back together so we could save all the time and space. Yeehaw!
Screw you.
And so, like, she becomes his like angel helping him like do all this stuff, you know. And he goes and finds Obi. He goes and finds pretty much everybody that was there at the end.
She'll have a body.
Oh, you think it'd be like actual Tara Strong?
That'd be great if it was.
I mean, that would be really cool.
I'd love that.
I'd be down for that.
I'd love it.
I think she could do it. Will she look like a clock?
No.
Okay.
Maybe she'll have like the colors.
Or maybe like she'll be wearing like an orange dress.
Yeah.
Or she'll be a clown. I have paint in my eyes. Hurts my eyes.
I have gotten the face of a clock tattooed onto my face.
She's actually dating Cogsworth. It's a whole thing. It's gonna be really weird. It's gonna be really, really weird. And like they just have to
that costume.
Do all that. Like that's what they have to do. Maggie, what do you think's gonna happen in the next episode?
I don't know. I really want everybody to be okay, like the ones that we care about. And I don't know. I kind of want like how they found Sylvie in the 80s.
Yeah, McDonald's.
I want something like in the 90s vein of things. That's just me.
What if Loki's like a like Brink? I guess soul
yeah,
skater.
someone see Tom Hiddleston on
in some rollerblades.
Or on a skateboard.
Come on, Loki, you just gotta skate better.
Yeah.
Wow.
You can ride one of those things? Wow.
Oh my god, they have the perfect opportunity to do a Goonies reference. If they play their cards right. They could do a fantastic Goonies reference in the next episode. There's so much they could do. Oh my god.
Who's so precious in that movie?
Anybody in chat, let us know if you have thoughts. And we will cover those.
JR says they should head back to the Void and recruit Kid Loki and Boastful Loki and Alligator Loki.
I feel like Kid Loki and Alligator Loki go hand in hand.
I know, but don't forget about him.
Gator Loki?
Gator Loki.
Gator Loki, give it a whack. Gator Loki, throw it right back. Gator Loki, what can be greater than playing a game of golf with Gator Loki?
A stuffed animal of Gator Loki.
There is. It's like isn't it like 2 or 3 feet long?
What?
I'm pretty sure I showed you this a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away.
Well, that's
let's see. Strange Marvel theories. It was sheer force of desperation and will that caused Ned to be able to open a portal. Fair enough. JR says in the chat, Miss Minutes for real a Fed. That's true.
She is.
Accurate. Strange Marvel theories says, oh, and by the way, there is a chance Natasha could be brought back. That's true. I do think we have not seen the end of Black Widow. Although I say that, but there was that whole thing where like they sued Marvel and stuff.
Yeah.
So I mean, just on the outside of the Marvel itself, I could see that being kind of playing into maybe they don't play nice together. What's up?
I want this, but in my size, not for children. Not for children. I want it. Also, look at it. Isn't he adorable?
That's adorable. That is adorable. Let's see here.
Carry that around everywhere.
And Throg. Yes. Did anybody see that deleted scene? Did you see the deleted scene where Chris Hemsworth actually voiced Throg?
Aww.
Yeah, it was on the Steelbook, but I think it's online also. Yeah. If you've not seen it, everybody, check it out.
Great.
Strange Marvel Theory says, there is a specific reason Sylvie was at McDonald's. McDonald's is a worldwide institution. The TVA would not prune a McDonald's even with Sylvie in one. It's a good thought. Also, product placement.
Yeah. And they used what?
They got to get that paper.
What was the Loki sauce again?
That was the lamest thing I've ever done.
Jesus.
This is that face palm where Maggie does.
JER says her sister can carry on her name as the new Black Widow, but she's on the Thunderbolts.
Thunderbolts. Lightning crash. And the thunder rolled.
Like a rock.
All right, everybody. That's going to wrap it up for us this time.
We got to go to bed.
We really do. We got work in the morning in about 6.5 hours. Thank you for joining. Sorry. I know I shouldn't have said that.
TGIF.
Hey, thanks for joining us, everyone. This was a blast. We had a lot of fun talking about all this stuff with you all. Thank you for being in the chat, keeping the conversation going. It was awesome. Again, shout out to our new member of the channel memberships here, Strange Marvel Theories. Greatly appreciate you. Thank you for joining us. And also thanks again for all the super chats. Greatly appreciate that. Remember, if you'd like to support us, you too can become a member right here on youtube.com/hopefullyawesome, or join our Patreon over at patreon.com/hopefullyawesome. You get the same rewards on either one, but on the YouTube one, you also get the emotes. So just keep that in mind. But yeah, so that is gonna do it for us. One last thing here. JR says some people speculate that Jack from McDonald's was Mobius. Yes, I saw that. I do like that idea. I think that's a really good idea. And then Strange Marvel Theory says, peace out, Cub Scouts. Peace up, A-Town down. Anybody watch The House of Usher yet? Hey, we'll be back Monday with 5 Nuts and Friends.
Tony Stark-Arl.
No, we will be back though. Thanks for watching, everybody, and as always,
have a hopefully awesome day.
Bye.
What our time?